stage, Brent.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Thank you. So great to be here. They said, hey, you want to come down to the Danforth and shoot a stand-up special? I said, absolutely. Let me get my grayest shirt. I'm excited about this. I still have a black and white TV, so it doesn't matter to me. Very selfish on my part. But it's awesome. It's good to be here. Had a bit of a weird day today. Went to meet a friend at a restaurant. A friend said to me, come meet us for a restaurant. I made a reservation. It's under my name. So I go to the restaurant. I walk in. I go to the little hostess stand, and I say, I'm supposed to meet somebody here, the reservation under Hodgson. The hostess goes, Watson? I say, no, it's Hodgson. She looks down at her little book, and she goes, Lawson? I say, no, it's Hodgson, Elizabeth Hodgson. She goes, Billings? I go, what the hell are we doing? I don't know what's happening now. How long does this usually go on? Because I don't know what game we're playing here. This isn't how this is supposed to work, you know? Like, if that's how this worked, I wouldn't have to say anything, right? I would just walk up in front of your stand, and you'd look up at me and go, Walensky? And I'd go, sure. And you'd take me to a table full of strangers, and we'd sit and eat in awkward silence. What's your name? I don't even know anymore. It was like she was trained that the customer's always right. You can't say no to the customer. You have to offer something up. You can't say no to them. Do you have any ketchup? I have a cat. Is there a coat check here? My mom's a dentist. What the hell are we doing? I don't know how to communicate with people anymore. I walked by part of a weird conversation today. You ever do that? Just stroll by and you catch just a snippet of a conversation? This was the deal. I was walking by and two dudes were talking. And the one guy said to the other guy, I just hear this as I walk by. The guy says, and the doctor says they look like apples. And I was like, it's a weird sentence to hear, right? But even weirder was how upbeat he was about it. The doctor says they look like apples. Like, I wanted to go back to him and go, yeah, I didn't catch the whole story here, but that's a bad story. You shouldn't be this upbeat, because I have no medical training, but I know we don't have anything that's supposed to look like apples. We just don't. Like, have you ever been to, go see your doctor, and he's looking at the results of the tests? Yeah, the tests are back, and a lot of this is pretty good. I'm just a little concerned. These don't look quite as much like apples as I'd like them to. See what I mean? Look at these, a little grapefruity, wouldn't you say, these ones right there? I saw a bit of a medical anomaly today, I think. I saw a guy, I was walking by a guy in the street, and he was the tallest dude I've ever seen in my life. If he wasn't 7 feet tall, he had to be close to 7 feet tall. But despite how tall he was, he had the smallest head I've ever seen on a grown man. He was giant, but he had a little head like that big, like a 3-year-old girl. Turns out it was just a regular-sized guy carrying his daughter on his shoulders. But, for a second when I saw it, it's alarming. Still, no reason for me to yell freak and throw my sandwich at him. It was not appropriate. Panicked. I have a big head myself. I got a giant, big, round melon on top of my shoulders, huge head. I used to do, in my stand-up act, I used to do jokes about having a big head, but I stopped because I got tired of people coming up to me after the show and challenging me. Like, what the hell? Why are people, that's a weird thing to be proud of. I have people just stride up to me after a show just with a mission, pushing people out of the way. Pardon me, I have some business with the entertainer. It's a weird thing to be proud of. They'd come right up to me. My head is bigger than yours. There's no prizes. Go sit down. What the hell are we? Isn't that a weird thing to be proud of? Even on behalf of a buddy sometimes. I would have people go to me, I got a friend of mine in Winnipeg. His head would make yours look like a plum. Like, well, get him to a hospital or something. What the hell are you doing? Don't be hauling him around the country, entering him in contests that don't exist. He's got an issue. So we went to England, and I said to my wife, I said, are you okay with this? I want my first meal in London to be like in a traditional British pub. And she was like, yeah, fine. So we go to this British pub, and oh my God, was it authentic. It could not have been more authentic. First of all, everything you order, doesn't matter what you order, you're getting sausages. Right? Sausages are coming. You could just order tap water. You'd get a sausage in there to stir it up. That's your stirring sausage. Oh, that's nice. Got peas swirling around in there. This is refreshing. I'm making water gravy here. This is fantastic. But anyway, so there we are. We're having a very traditional British lunch. I had fish and chips, right? And I got some kind of jet black beer, and it's all feeling very authentic. And then it gets even more authentic. A couple of tables away. Two guys start arguing. Starts getting heated. Heated argument. Oh my Lord, it's a fist fight. Fist fight breaks out in high noon in a British pub. It was like Christmas. I was like, this is awesome. And then it gets even more authentic. The one guy head-butted the other guy. Head-butted him with his head. In real life. Have you ever seen that in real life? I've only ever seen that in a movie. It was a documentary about goats, if I recall. That would be cool. If you were that cool, to get in a fight just before you headbutt the guy. Give him one of those. That would be awesome. He'd have that moment of, what the hell? Oh, and then he just takes it. Imagine being that confident in your fighting ability. You don't even use your hands. Like, this guy wants to punch me in the face, I'm going to punch him with my face. Pow. I don't think that's a good strategy for me. My head's too big. I can't move it that fast. That needs to be a lightning strike, that head. You can't give it the big wind up. Here we go. And if I go over too far, I'll just go right back. I went too far. Just go right through the drywall. Was that guy trying to fight me? He put his own head through the wall. How the hell? I've been in a couple fights in my life. I've been in a couple fights. They didn't go well. That's the best way to phrase that without using the term savage ass kicking. Didn't go well. I have a couple of theories as to why I don't do that well at the fights. First of all, right off the bat, head's too big, right? There's a big target. I'm just bringing a big target into the fight. I'm like a parade float coming at you. There's no boxing stance I can get into where there isn't still head poking out, waiting to get punched. Got to bring a sheet of plywood into the alley with me. Is he still there? The other reason I don't do well at fights is I don't pick fights. I'm not a guy going around picking fights. So that puts you at a disadvantage. I mean, if I was picking my own opponent, I'm pretty sure I'd be undefeated. If it was up to me, I'd just be, in a playground taking a kid's ball. You got a problem, Freckles? I'd be that kind of thing. I'd be undefeated if I was picking my own opponent instead of waiting for cowboys and bikers to decide when I fight. That has been a terrible strategy so far. Because some of those guys don't even let you know you're in a fight. The way you know you're in a fight is you're being fought. That's how you know. You start getting punched. That's your first clue. Ooh. You're just sitting on a stool at the bar. What the hell? Ooh. Ow. Is there a guy behind me hitting me in the head? No, you tell. I'm not going to look. He feels big. He feels big. Is he a big guy? You know what? I'm just going to go. Give me the bill. Give me the bill, because I don't want to. No, I'm not going to gin and tonic. I wasn't drinking gin and. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll pay it. You don't want that. That's been my fighting career. So anyway, we went to England. Then after England, we went over to Paris, France, right? Here's the thing about Paris. I did not expect Paris to look that much like Paris. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it looks like a lot of places you go you see pictures and postcards, then you get there and it doesn't quite live up. Paris looks so much like Paris. I thought it was fake. Seriously. My first thought when I stepped out of the train station was, oh, bullshit. There is no way Paris looks this much like Paris. This is Ratatouille here. This is not. But it just looks like, and all the people just look like you expect French people to look. They're riding by on a bicycle with a baguette under their arm and a glass of wine and a smoke all on the bike. You're like, how are you doing that? They got the stripy Hamburglar shirt. They got the whole thing going. I wanted to say to him, you don't have to do that. We're from Canada. We're part French. Just relax. You don't have to impress us. And he's like, no, this is how we are. And I'm like, what? Oh, that's fake. But if you are not a cartoon skunk, that is fake. And then we wrapped our trip up going over to Italy. I loved Italy. Oh, man, I would go there again in a red hot second. I loved everything about Italy. The food, of course, the food is fantastic, right? You expect the food is going to be amazing in Italy. I mean, that's the birthplace of Alphagetti, right? They know what they're... It's the real deal. 90-year-old nonnas up at dawn twisting up zoodles. It's the real deal. We went to Rome. I love going to a touristy area. It kind of drives my wife nuts. I always want to go to the touristy areas. She's like, why are we, let's not go there. That's all touristy. I'm like, we're tourists. It would seem rude. They set up a whole area for us, and we don't even wander through. Plus, I'm not fooling anybody. They don't think I'm a local, walking around in a Saskatchewan Rough Riders shirt and a Polaroid camera. Nobody's like, is he from Milan? No, he's not from... I love the touristy areas. I love the kitschy. Here's one of the things I love about the touristy areas. They always have their little shops full of touristy garbage, right? And they always give you the hard sell as you walk by, right? They yell at you to come into the shop. And so in Rome, I heard the best hard sell I've ever heard in my life. We were walking by the shop, and there's a dude standing out there. He's leaning outside. He's having a ciggy. He's got his shirt undone to his navel, And he sees this, and he's like, hey, come into my shop. I have everything you love. Yeah, that's a hell of a sales pitch. You have everything I love in that shop. If I went in there right now, there would be playoff hockey and werewolf movies and my mom's potato salad if I went in there right now. Are you kidding me? There'd be grain alcohol and sweatpants if I came in there right now? Well, holy hell. Show me to this random madhouse of inventory, my friend. Get in there, it's just snow globes. What the hell? You lied to me, Giuseppe. Oh, give me a second to wet my whistle here. I was coming down with a bit of a sore throat before the show. I was getting stressed out. I was like, I got a big show coming up, sore throat. I made the mistake of mentioning that I had a sore throat around a group of people. That's always a bad idea. Because if there's enough people, odds are there's always going to be somebody pipes up with their naturopathic, homeopathic remedy for whatever your illness is, right? I hate that. It's always a weird conversation. You want to just say, oh, please, just shut up. You have no medical training. Just be quiet and let me die in peace. I didn't ask for your curing me. It's just always an awkward conversation. It's just some random thing. It never seems to be attached to your injury in any way, You're like, yeah, my elbow's really sore. Well, push an onion up your bum. Well, come on, what are you... What the hell is... And they don't even tell you what kind of onion either. That'd be helpful. Spanish onion or green onion, bit of a difference. I don't know what my capacity is back there. Maybe a shallot maybe I could do. So I mentioned that I had a sore throat, and this guy lights up like a candle. Oh, he says, here's what you need to do. If you have a sore throat, just crack a raw egg into a big glass of red wine and guzzle the whole thing down at once. And I was like, yeah, I'm not sure how a sore throat is going to be helped by projectile vomiting. That seems counterintuitive, and I'm going to give that a miss. And he doubles down. He goes, no, you should do it. It's what opera singers do. And that's exactly how he said it. It's what opera singers do. Just like he thought I was going to go, oh. Well, why didn't you say so? You know how I love to base my life around anything opera singers do. That's why you always see me walking around downtown wearing my swan costume. I love the opera. Who wants to put on a bra made out of sheet metal and scream at strangers in Italian? Who's with me? Grab that bag of wigs. He's got a bag of wigs at his house.